Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Vasishtha continued. One who sows the seed of knowledge of this scripture soon obtains the fruit of the realization of truth. Though human in origin, an exposition of truth is to be accepted. Otherwise, even what is regarded as divine revelation is to be rejected. Even a young boy's words are to be accepted if they are words of wisdom, else rejected like a straw, even if uttered by Brahma, the Creator himself. He who listens to and reflects upon the exposition of this scripture enjoys unfathomable wisdom, firm conviction, and unperturbable coolness of spirit. Soon he becomes a liberated sage whose glory is indescribable. One who studies this scripture and comprehends its teaching is no longer deluded by world appearance. When one sees that the yonder deadly snake is a lifelike painting, one is no longer afraid of it. When the world appearance is seen as an appearance, it does not produce either elation or sorrow. It is indeed a great pity that even when such a scripture exists, people seek sense pleasures which lead to great sorrow. O Rama, when a truth that has not been personally experienced is expounded, one does not grasp it except with the help of an illustration. Such illustrations have been used in the scripture with a definite purpose and a definite intention. They are not to be taken literally, nor is the significance to be stretched beyond their intention. When the scripture is thus studied, the world appears to be a dream vision. These indeed are the purposes and the purport of the illustration. Let no one of perverted intellect misinterpret the illustrations given in the scripture. Again, study of this scripture should continue till the truth is realized. One should not stop short of complete enlightenment. A little knowledge of the scripture results in confusion worse confounded. Non-recognition of the existence of supreme peace in the heart and the assumption of reality of imaginary factors are both born of imperfect knowledge and the consequent perverted logic. Even as the ocean is a substratum of all the waves, direct experience alone is the basis of all proofs. The direct experience of truth as it is, that substratum is experiencing intelligence, which itself becomes the experiencer, the act of experiencing and the experience. Even as movement is inherent in air, manifestation is inherent in this experiencing intelligence. And the perceiving mind, on account of ignorance, thinks, I am such and such object, and thence becomes that. The object experienced only in the subject, not otherwise. I shall now declare to you the creation and its secret. For it is only as long as one invests the perceived objects with reality that bondage lasts. Once the notion goes, with it goes the bondage. Here, in this creation, only that which is created grows, decays, and then goes either to heaven or to hell, and it gets liberated. During the cosmic dissolution, the entire objective creation is resolved into the infinite being, which is variously regarded as Atma, Brahman, Truth, etc. by the wise, to facilitate communication and dialogue. The same infinite self conceives within itself the duality of one self and the other. Thence, mind arises, as a wave arises when the surface of the calm ocean is disturbed. But please bear in mind that such a bracelet of gold is but gold. The qualities and the nature of the created and the potentiality of creation are inherent in the Creator. The mind is non-different from the infinite self. Even as a mirage appears to be a very real river of water, this creation appears to be entirely real. And as long as one clings to the notion, there is no liberation. Not by merely and verbally denying such a notion of existence is it obliterated. On the contrary, such denial itself becomes a further distraction. Rama, if the creation is in fact real, then there is no possibility of its cessation, for it is an immutable law that the unreal has no existence and real does not cease to be. Austerity, meditation, and such other practices can therefore not cause its cessation nor enlightenment. As long as the notion of creation lasts, even the contemplation, samadhi, in which there is no movement of thought, nirvikalpa, is not possible. Even if it were possible, the moment one returns from such contemplation, the creation will rise again with all its sorrow in the mind. Movement of thought creates the notion of created objects. Even as the essence exists in all the things, as oil exists in sesame seeds, as aroma exists in flowers, the faculty of objective perception exists in the perceiver. Even as dream objects are experienced only by the dreamer, the objects of perception are experienced by the perceiver. Just as from a seed, the sprout arises in due time, this potentiality becomes manifest as a notion of creation. In the Creator, there is neither a seer nor an object of perception, yet he is known as self-created. He shines in cosmic consciousness as a painting in the mind of an artist. In the Creator, there is no memory of the past, since he had no previous karma. He does not even have a physical body. The unborn is of spiritual material. Mortal beings have two bodies, as it were, one physical and the other spiritual. But the unborn, the Creator, has only the spiritual. Since the cause that gives rise to the physical does not exist in him, he was not created, but he is the creator of all beings. Surely, the created is of the same substance as that of which it was created from. The Creator's thought being the cause of this manifold creation, and the Creator himself having no physical body, the creation too is truly of the nature of thought, without materiality. A throbbing arose in the Creator, whose thought had spread out as the universe. This throb brought into being the subtle body of all beings, made only of thought. All these beings only appeared to be, though they felt that the appearance was real. However, this appearance has thus imagined to be real, produced realistic results and consequences. Even as sexual enjoyment in a dream does the same thing. Similarly, even the Creator, though he has no body, appears to have a body. The Creator is also of dual nature, consciousness and thought. Consciousness is pure, though is subject to confusion. Hence, he appears to come into being, though he does not arise. He is the intelligence that supports the entire universe. And every thought that arises in the intelligence gives rise to a form. Though all these forms are of the nature of pure intelligence, on account of self-forgetfulness of this and of the thought of physical forms, they freeze into the physical forms. Even as goblins, though formless, are seen to be having forms on account of the perceiver's delusion. The Creator, however, is not subject to such delusion. Hence, he is always of spiritual nature, not materialistic. The Creator is spiritual, and even so, this creation is too, and is really just spiritual in essence. This creation is causeless, hence, it is essentially spiritual, even as the Supreme Being, Brahman, is. The materiality of the creation is like the castle in the air, an illusory projection of one's own mind, imaginary. The Creator is the mind. Mind, or pure intelligence, is his body. Like a thought is inherent in the mind, the object of perception is inherent in the perceiver. Who has ever discovered a distinction between the two? With this, we finish today's chapter. See you again.